The rest of the Jews in the world are going to say how unsafe Israel is and not even think of coming here. Wrong! Big mistake, my dear brothers and sisters from the diaspora. Israel is where the storm starts and eventually becomes the eye of the storm. I'm telling you now, I'm going to make a whole lecture just about that. But I'm telling you now to the viewers online and to your friends and families from the diaspora, the only safe place will be Israel. The storm starts in Israel, and as it's turning around like a hurricane, Israel will be the eye of the storm. Nowhere in the world will be safe, especially for Jews. Run to Israel right now when you still can. Tell all your loved ones and friends.
I had that, I seen that clip right after I posted this last video. I don't even think it had posted yet. I published it and I was waiting for it to post, and I seen that in my feed. So it was last night. Today's the 6th, so it was on the 5th. And that's the first time I've seen anyone saying that you have to return. And I mean, it's like I said, this is the truth's going to continue coming out. That's why in Ezekiel it says water up to my ankles and water up to my knees and then water up past your head that you got to swim through. It starts trickling, and then Abba opens the faucet all the way up, and the truth starts coming out, leaving no room for anyone to be uncertain. It's going to be that everyone is going to choose. I just now seen your comment, the comments here in this video, and I think your name's Nat. I don't know, I'm just going to say Nat. It sounds like, I don't know, I'll have to like really look at your comments to see what it is you're actually saying for sure, so I know for sure how to respond to you. But I think you're saying that he isn't being literal when he's talking about returning, and that's good. I mean, if that's how you see it, if you think that's the truth, then all I would say, and I've been saying this, asking this, if that's how you see it, like you think for sure that it's not being literal, then what would be the right course of action, like for you, as far as what we're talking about here, who we claim to be? Like, if it's the other way around, wouldn't it be the right thing? If I think that you're wrong, then obviously you're leading astray, because I mean, you're on YouTube. However you want to chop that up, that person is in need of whatever's needed, a rebuke, a correction, definitely love, right? Wouldn't you say? Yeah. So being as how that's the case, I mean, someone should bring the evidence to show me how I'm wrong, to be loving and to give a proper, whether it's a rebuke or a correction, whatever you want to call it, discussed Berean style. That's what I like. That's what I would call it. But if that doesn't happen, then there's no sense in talking about it anyway, right? And whatever the conversation is, if it's not genuine and there isn't actual love behind it, and the truth isn't the goal, it's pointless to even have a conversation with someone like that. Like, if you see that you prove to me that I'm wrong, and you see that I see it, but I continue to beat my drum just because that proves that I'm only doing it because I want to be right or whatever. I'm not doing it for the truth. the truth has judged. That's why it says the word judges everyone. You'll see that the word proved to me that I was wrong. And what was needed was a correction for me to self-correct, whatever the correct way would be. If that's apologize, change, admit that I was wrong, that's correct. That would be the correct thing to do. So if you see that I see that I'm wrong and I don't apologize and I don't correct, then anyone who's truly looking will see that I'm not in it for the truth. So there's no point in even discussing anymore with me until you see that, you know what I mean? I mean, you can just have conversations, but don't get don't hold your breath that that the truth is going to be accepted. If you see that that something else is taking priority, that's what I'm concerned about, not the truth. Why even, as far as I see it, why even bother? But you haven't seen that yet, so wouldn't it be, I'm not trying to sound like a jerk, I'm trying to ask an honest question. Wouldn't the right thing be for you to show me how I'm wrong? That's what I would think. I don't know. Maybe you got a different opinion on that. I don't know. But I think that if we're talking about being brothers and love, then whoever's wrong, the proof needs to come out and prove it one way or the other. And I think I've brought a lot of evidence, wouldn't you say? And you would have to say, because that's the proof, or that's the truth. So, what if you can prove that? By all means, please do. And you'll see how I react to it and respond to it. But I think I've laid more than enough out if we're presenting our cases. I think the ball's in your court now, I guess. Yeah. So it's it's everywhere in the word that you got to return. Look right here in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 15. For thus said the Master Yahuwah, the set apart one of Yasharal, in returning and rest you are saved. In stillness and trust is your strength, but you would not. Now, can returning and stillness, how can they be equal? Be talking about the same thing? Because it's like I've been saying, stillness isn't just sitting there and not returning. It means that is stillness in reality, because the word has told us to return, and then all this other evidence. And if you do that, you're being still in his word. He said, be still, for I am, you know the routine. You have to, but you still have to go. Like when he told them to go cross over the Jordan and go into the land and take it, would it have been stillness for them to say no, we're not, and just stay there wherever they were out in the wilderness and just not? Was it stillness for those who refused to go fight and take what he told them he would give them? Was it stillness for them to not to be afraid and not go? No, that wasn't still. Stillness was for them to cross the Jordan and trust that he was going to handle it. All they had to do was go, that he had it covered. So that is stillness. So in returning and in rest, what's your rest? It is Shabbat, yeah, but your resting place. Yeah. And this is just one example. And like I said, I've brought plenty of evidence. I hope you do, my friend. I really do. If you don't believe that it's true, then I hope you come and show me why that is. So we can reason together over it and figure, come to the truth, the conclusion. Well, like I said, I've brought my case. I'm going to keep bringing it. But as of right now, like, maybe just go, and then that way, if you go in and do a thorough investigation to come prove to me, because that's being who we claim to be, right? So if you go looking to prove to me that I'm wrong, honestly, objectively, you're going to see that it ain't, that not that I'm right, but this is what the word's saying. You're going to see that it is saying that. And then you're going to know you're going to have to get your butt within them borders. It says from the mountaintop all around. So around at the peaks of those mountains I showed you, in the bowl of that. And it's like kind of like two bowls, but the top one, yeah, you just go look, you'll see. But around those mountains, around Lone Peak, Farnsworth Peak, those peaks I showed you, in the bowl in there, that is Jerusalem. And I've proven it. And like I said, if you go looking to prove that I'm wrong, you're going to see it too. And then you know what to do. You know what to do either way. And I know, I mean, just you being here tells me that. So you'll know what to do. And then, like I said too, like if whoever is saying this is, man, this has been going on so long with me that I've gotten better at understanding what's at stake. Like if someone's arguing or someone tells me that I'm wrong, and then, but about anything, whatever, then the truth is presented. If I see that person sees that what I'm saying is the truth, if they don't admit that and correct and do the right thing, I can see, that lets me know right away that they're not in it to find the truth. So I'm not going to spend any more time being concerned with presenting the evidence, the facts to that person, because it ain't going to matter, because it'd be pointless, because they're only going to say and admit and what they want. So that's how the word judges everyone. We see, it is what divides. It rightly divides. It separates the real from the fake. So if you see that, if you come and try to prove that it isn't literal, and you bring a hard case, like a thorough case, and you present your case, and it's obvious that what you're saying is true, if I don't correct, well, then there's no point. That's your sign to not listen to nothing I say. When I'm not saying not be friends, but I'm not gonna bet the house on what someone's saying if I've already seen that the truth isn't what takes precedent. It isn't the goal. So if you do that, and like I said, I hope you do. If you do, you'll see. And right there, it tells you right there, in returning and rest you are saved. It's just, it makes all the sense. It makes no sense not to return. It makes all the sense that there would be an imposter, and all the proof has been put out in his word, and with all this other stuff, with the star and the tree, the Kabbalah tree, all the stuff, just, and everything I've brought, the case against that place being false. And the word tells us that there's a false one. The word tells us everything that I've been saying. It says that there's a false one, and that's the image of the beast. And the mark of the beast is on everyone who can't see that and who don't do the right thing. The word tells us that there is a real one, that is being humiliated because no one knows it anymore. She's sitting there. We've read so much of it, my friend, that says that there is a real one that the world isn't aware of, and that it comes to, it is, people begin to see it in the end, and you have to return to that place. And that's where the escape, the deliverance is found, within those borders. That's what it says. And so that's what I've been saying. I mean, I'm sure I haven't got it or put it out right, the way I should, or the way someone should put it out, We could argue that for sure, but what the Bible is saying and what the facts show is that you got to go. And if whoever's in this conversation, if they avoid the facts and we see it, I mean, then we'll know who's body and who ain't, And like I said, the only reason I would say to ask you to go prove that is so the truth is found, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to go back and reason together and figure out the truth. We're not supposed to ride on lies. That's how all this death and carnage got here, was because we did stuff like that. I don't want to do that anymore. If you can prove to me that I'm wrong, I want you to do it like I'm asking you to. So and the only reason I can say that I know you'll end up seeing that what I'm saying is true, the only reason I say that's because I've seen it and I've put the evidence out there. All you got to do is look at it. And I'm sure there's a lot of, if my friend Nat, I don't know how long you've been here, but like I've been putting it out here for a long time. And I've been putting it out here sideways, but nevertheless, it's been put out. The truth, the facts, the damning evidence has been, I put it out here. So, but that's all for now. I didn't have much time. I got some stuff I'm going to show you guys tonight, but for now, if you don't believe this, build your case is all I can say. I mean, and I hope you do, like I said. But right there in verse 15 of Isaiah 30 is all the proof anyone should really need.